Shirley, how are you over in the cheese state? It's warming up here in Iowa. We got to about 38 degrees today, so everything is melting. I'm going to kind of wait for everyone to kind of catch on, make sure that we're all good. You want to give me a thumbs up that you can see me or hear me, so make sure I know we're all good. And that would be fabulous. Of course, now my tablet is going crazy and catching up with all sorts of messages. Hello, Penny. How are you down south? Hi, Kelly. Just shaking up some of the shimmer mists or shimmer splashes here while we're waiting. Cherie, hello. Sarah, hello. Hi, Mom. I'm excited to see everybody. I am going to have some fun. We're going to make a wiper card. Hi, Lemon Squeezy Crafts. Hi, Michelle. How are you over in Omaha? Luann, Christy. Hello, 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 everyone. Well, I got my design team package today. Obviously, the announcement has been made. Hello, Kate and Karen and Amy and Lenore. I am the inspiration team director for 2024. Hi, Tina from Rainy Charlotte. And the team has been announced, and there was a blog post up yesterday. I will link that both blog post in the fan club page so you can get to know the rest of the team. Hi, Linda. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for holding. Oh, yep, no problem, Elizabeth. Um, it's that's what it is. We're gonna make some fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. Lenore, you're in Charlotte too. Fun, fun, fun. Thanks, Kelly. So I have some Not Your Mama's cardstock here. I'm just gonna pull that out quick here. I keep all my cardstock in the job ticket holders that you can find on Amazon, and we're going to use that tonight. I wanted to go over a few little things here first. I'm really excited. I got hi, Linda in Pittsburgh. Yeah, give Scoozies a big hug. Yes, yes. I got my new microfiber towel. I have my old one right here, so I'm going to use that one tonight. But I'm not going to show you all the stuff because I got a lot of basic stuff because some of the things I have. Hi, Mackie. But I'm really excited. I got a couple of stamp sets from the vaults. I have got the Happy Mail, which is super fun. Happy Mail, hugs, enclosed card swap, one of a kind, better than junk mail. This is not a bill. For my favorite stamp junkie, limited edition, special delivery. And then, and Mackie's in Charlotte too. So there you go, little Charlotte party. And I got Mosaic Butterfly. I had been eyeing the stamp set, so I was really excited to get this one. But tonight we're going to make a wiper card. I have a template already made. Who are the Scoozies? Scoozies are Christopher's nieces and niece and nephew, Shirley. And there's Scoozies candies. I believe the story goes that they said they couldn't say, one of them couldn't say excuse me and said Scoozies, and that's what he calls them now. I believe that's it. So yes, yes, thanks, Linda. So we're going to make a wiper card. This is my little template. Actually, this is if things go wrong while I'm making it, I have a backup. But this is what we're going to make tonight, okay? Yes. Yep. Uncle Christopher, yep. They're all in the other room. Hugs, hugs, hugs out to Pittsburgh. Hi, Tia. How are you? All right. So we're going to use the You Lift Me Up stamp set. I haven't used this yet on a project. I do already have it done. It's adorable Chucks. I'm horrible with shoes. Sorry about that. And this sock. And I have two of them already used tonight. I haven't decided which one we're going to do with. This one is on aqua pigment paper, and I colored it with aqua pigments. And this one is on the Perfect Blend paper, and I colored it with some alcohol markers. So I thought that would be fun to do that. I already have my stamp out. Oh, thank you for that's the right story. Thank you. Hi, Teresa. Theresa. Teresa, sorry. I miss you too, Tia. I've got the stamp set all stamped out. This is in the Raven Detail ink with the icicle embossing powder, which I wanted to go ahead and share this. I was talking with Sarah, who's in the chat, and I was talking about there's different swatches. These are all in the digital download section up on the in the store. And this one is the Aqua Pigment Color Guide. As you can tell, I have not really filled this one in yet. This is the next one for me to fill in. But I've started with, I put the wrong color on this one, but here's my brown and my yellow. But this one needs to be started. Here is the Chroma Mist. And I wanted you guys to see, like, you know, there's little spots for all the little Chroma Mists so you can put them out and see what they look like. These I just kind of sprayed real gentle. So like you can see like in the tinsel blue, there's a sparkle one, and magenta sparkle has a sparkle. And then here is the two glow. This is the one we were talking about, the neons. I have the purple glow and the pink glow. And these are the ones that are on my list for the next time I place an order. And then I have the candy coat. And if you haven't seen the candy coat yet, it's got all this fun little sparkle and little pieces of plastic in them. And so that's what these are. So Pearl is one of my favorites. When I saw this one at CYOE, I think I bought 3 containers of it because I really like it. And then here are the embossing powders. These are the main embossing powders, or at least the main ones that I use. I use the swatch dots, which, excuse me, one second, let me grab those. I use the swatch dots, and they peel off, and I put them on here, and then I just put the embossing powder on them and heat set them. And then you can see the difference between what they look like on white cardstock versus what they look like on black cardstock. And so these are the main ones: alabaster, gilded, fairy dust, icicle, things like that, raven. These are the next sets that are still available. We've got our pearl, our glow in the dark, Scowleen, marshmallow puff, which is the very first product I ever bought from Brutus Monroe. And then these are some of the more, these are either limited edition or they were ones of the month, you know, like embossing powders of the month. So then I have them all. And then here's some of the newer ones. There's bubbly and martini. The color candy coat, they are kind of, I would say transparent. If you see, I'll pull it up, kind of see, like, here's the pink. I think it depends on how thick you put them on. But if you can see, you can kind of, like, here's the yellow. It's a little thicker. You can't really see the white underneath. Hi, Cindy. So it kind of depends on how thick. Like, here's the green. I have a little bit thinner, so you can see the green under, you can see a little bit of the white underneath, but you can see where it's thicker. So I hope, does that make sense, Linda? So like the pearl in particular is one that I would use because I've used that over different colors. And that one's definitely kind of more transparent. So I tend to go a little bit thinner with my candy coat and things just because I dry faster. Those were some old embossing powders unavailable. Here are the chunky glitter glazes. And then I haven't listed these because these are some, these were some that came in a box. Yes, yes. Yeah, you're welcome. And then these are the embossing powders of the month. Polar came out with the December release. This one, or the November release. Blowout came out with our pets. Noel was with the trimmings kit. Blizzard also came out last month, or November, December. And then Love Potion came out this month. So this is the embossing powder of the month. So I have them for the next few months so we can put them out. And I think that's it. So I have a chroma glaze one. Where did it go? There's also one for the, here's all the, thank you, Penny. Here's the one for all the cardstocks. I just used a die from one of the floral sets to punch them out. Here is the velveteen glaze. If you haven't seen the velveteen glazes before, depending, here's it thinner than thicker, but they're matte finished. And I think Lima Bean's the only one I still have to get. Oh, Michelle, we have 2 Sarahs. This is a different Sarah. If you watch Sarah Scraps, and then we have Sarah W. So yes, Sarah, they're fun. And then here are the chroma glazes. They're shiny. And then once again, depending on the thickness that you put them down. Now the black pearl isn't as shiny, but I did want you to, so you see that. But look at how fun. And then these, you can use toner foil, like deco foil over them. It's okay, Michelle. I will, like I said, I will start putting them out I will put a link up to the blog post so that you guys can go to that and read about and see everyone's photos and see all about them and find their social media. You can use these with a laminator and toner foil, especially like the opal and the magic shattered glass, which is real fun. You got too excited. And then here are the glitter glazes. Now I will say I did not do these super thick, so you will see that some of them are a little thinner, where some of them are a little thicker, and it's just because I was doing them very quick when I was putting them out, so I kind of get the color. So I have tangerine. I don't know if I got tangerine yet. That might be the last one I need. So I wanted you guys to see those. Hi, Susan from Central Texas. But let's get started. All right, I pulled a few dies for my stash. I am going to put the stamp set away because I've already used it. Well, it's not true. We might use some of those. Now, where did I put my Nachamamas? I'm just going to grab another piece. All right. Sorry about that. Here it is. All right. You're welcome, Sarah. You're welcome. Hi, Sharon. So I have my little cheat sheet here. I took the basic measurements of a wiper card and made it into like more of a slim line or a mini slim card. So like usually you would go with a piece that's 4.5 by 8.5. We are going to go with a piece. The back piece is going to be, what is this? Oh, those are my mats. This is going to be 3.5 by 8.5. Okay. And I'm going to cut one at 3.5 and one at 8.5 because, 8.5 by 11. And then this piece, I'm going to cut down to 2 3/4. Okay. This is just extra. So I'll write those down here quick. So I've got one that is 3.5 by 8.5. And I got one that's 2 3/4 by 8.5. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. And then we need a score tool. Now these measurements, I kept them the same. We are going to go ahead and score each piece from, hello, Melissa, how are you? We're going to score it at 1.5, both pieces, 1.5 on one side, and then at 3 inches. It's been a long time since I've made these cards, so that's why I made one up last night. How are you, Melissa? And then we're going to use our other piece. We're going to score them at the same piece, 1.5 by 3. Okay. Penny, I think, do we have a bot here? We want to check on that. So we've got these two pieces here. Now, this is where it kind of gets a little bit tricky. We're going to fold them mountain. Good, good, good. I'm going to get my my bone folder out here. And I just want to make sure that I have them as much as I can. I'm going to reinforce it, and then I'm going to push it back. Now, I did do this one backwards last night, so hopefully I did it right this morning or this evening. So we're going to do those. Thank you, thank you. So we've got this piece. This is going to be the front of our card. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to fold it forward first. And then I'm going to fold it backwards. Either way, whatever, it doesn't really matter, as long as they're both going to be the same kind of way. You just need it mountain and valley, each one. Okay? So like this. So we're going to end up putting our card together like this. But next we need our little wiper piece. So I am going to we're going to grab our cutting piece, and this piece is going to be at 1.5 by 3. I think you can kind of play around with the size of that one. And I'm actually going to use a piece of scrap instead of this because I have just a small piece. This might be just some 80-pound scrap. But it's going to be about 1.5 by 3. So this, like I said, this piece can totally be played with. I'm going to kind of fudge it around for it. Depends on what you're going to add to it. Now, this is the trick that I didn't realize. If you take your corner and you put it in your 1 inch, and then as close to the other 1 inch, I will show this to you guys. As close to the 1 inch. So I have this corner right here in the 1 inch, and then as close to the 1 inch as I can, and we're going to score at that diagonal. That is what's going to be our wiper mechanism. And I'm just kind of scoring it slowly and a couple of times so that I don't get off the track. And then I will fold that back. And then that is our wiper mechanism, and that is going to go behind. Now, before we put all of this together, and that's what a wiper card means, is we're going to hide a piece back here, and it's going to pop up when you pull it, because you're going to have it shut, and then when you pull it, it will pop up. We need to decorate our card base. Now, this is where I didn't know which one of these. Does anyone have a preference? Do we want blue and green or blue and purple? Doesn't matter to me. I like them both. One has more of a gray sock. One has more of a silver and white sock. This one's a little more sparkly, so I'm kind of leaning towards the purple and teal. So I'm going to just kind of get started with that. I hope that's okay with everybody. I grabbed a bunch of Simon Hurley inks. And since we're doing the tealy blue, I've got Crown Me, purple, 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 3 purples. All right, good. I've got Crown Me, Triple Berry, and Remember Me. And I thought what would be fun is, you know, you could totally cut paper down to fit this. And I had thought about using some of this pink paper, and I think we might still do that. But I thought it would also be fun to decorate our card. I think because of the arrow, I want to use this, and we're going to use this on the front because, you know, you lift me up. But I thought it would be fun to decorate this with a completely different. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the tile stencil. I love Slimline. I love Slimline. So we got the tile stencil here. And we're just going to tape it down on the back side of our card here. Let's see, I think I have some tape stuck to my desk. And I'm just going to, I mean, we could have done this before we scored it, but I don't think it really matters. I didn't decorate my other one last night. I just made the sample in case I couldn't, when I didn't get mine put together right. Okay, my tape is not liking me. Tape that down. And we're going to go ahead and just ink blend on the top of this. Let's get our ink out of the way here. I'm going to grab some purple. And I'm just going to kind of do a random color. I'm not going to do it in any specific way. We're just going to kind of all over the place. I just think this is kind of fun. Kind of looks like a brick wall if you think about it. And because I've scored it, I'm kind of holding it down. Actually, I think I have a stick and stick mat here that does not have a blending buddy on it. I should have one somewhere here. I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to take my blending buddy off. And I'm going to take my blending buddy off. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We don't need the blending. It can keep that on there. I have the stick and stamp with the blending buddy. That's going to hold this in place. And then we can tape this down to it, and that will help hold it, so I don't have to hold it as much. So the stick and stamp mat's going to hold down my cardstock, and then the tape will kind of hold the stencil in place. Then I don't have to worry about letting go. How's that? There we go. All right. This would also be fun to do a little bit of glazes on it. However, I don't know, we wouldn't have a lot of time for that to dry tonight. So we're going to just use inks and maybe some splatter. All right. Just kind of warming up my brushes. I haven't used my brushes in a while. And this is Remember Me. It's a nice little fun kind of bluey teal, which is kind of the color that I just used a random assortment of aqua pigments when I painted. I just kind of grabbed some colors. I was painting up the duo set, which I do have a video up on the Brutus Monroe channel. I have an unboxing video of the January box and the add-ons at the end. And then I also did add a video where I made 6 cards using the Duo stamp set. Those, I did get those uploaded last night, and I added links to them today so that you can click on them for the different products that are available. The video pretty much only has the box. I added a few pieces of cardstock, some Perfect Blend, some mini slim card bases, and then I added some, I think, Rouge cardstock and some Fallen Snow. But for the most part, other than ink, I used just the box to make my cards. All right. So we've got that. I think this is going to be kind of fun. I didn't use the triple berry. I think I'm going to do is we're going to add a little bit of just the leftover ink on the edges here, just so it kind of ties in when we put the pattern paper. On so that we have a little bit of that purple on the front, but we're going to cover it just on the edges with this blue color and, or this tealy blue color, and then some of the purple. All right. So there we go. We've got those pieces. I'm not going to worry too much. Your favorite colors right there. Those are actually the colors from my room. I have a lot of white, but purple and teal would be the other colors. Now this is one thing that really excites me. I got the peach squeaky clean. Penny made me get it when I was at Create Your Own Ending, but I got the cinnamon heart squeaky clean, which is my favorite. I got that in the mail today, so I'm so excited to clean my desk with it. It smells like Red Hots, and it just smells so good. I love it. It is my favorite, favorite, favorite. Okay. So let's do the reveal. Well, actually, first thing, if you haven't used the stick and stamp mat before, I'm going to peel my stencil off the side. Let's pull off, let's do our reveal. Ooh, look at how awesome that is. I will clean that off later. And then if you haven't used the stick and stamp mat, you bend it back on itself like this, and then it kind of pops itself off, and then you can peel it up. And then to clean this, let's see if I have my matte mist handy. Yes. So I have, this is the original matte mist that came when it was released. It's like a pink peony, and I'm just going to kind of lightly spray it and then just wipe it with a towel. And there we go. It's all clean, and it will dry, and I can reuse it. Now I will say, if you keep your blending buddy on it, put your centerpiece back on. If you don't have a blending buddy, put the piece of plastic that it comes with back on to keep it dust free and clean. All righty. Let's peel this off. So we've got our front and we've got our back panels that are kind of, you know, they're working together. Now we're not going to, I know we blended that whole thing. We're not going to see it all, but I'm okay with that. I just wanted to have some fun with the colors. Now I did measure these down. So 5 1/4 by 3 is what this would be if I wanted this piece. So I need 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. So this is just some leftover pieces from the Be Mine paper pad. So I need it by 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay, so that should be my piece right here. And then these little pieces are 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. Oh yes, yep, you can see down, yep, when it's there. So let's see how wide this one is. This is 1 1/4. It's just a little too, so we're just going to put these aside for another project. But I have one piece right here, so I need 1 1/4. Oh, I want to make sure that we're doing this right. We want them to be, oh, we can't use this piece. Do you see what I mean? Because of its pattern paper. If I use this the right, it's gonna, I mean, it would work, but it kind of doesn't match with the, it kind of looks a little weird. So I'm going to use a new piece of paper, okay? Is the squeaky tea it's a different formula, I believe, Cherie. So I'm not 1,000% sure. This is a lot gentler. So I wouldn't use a lot of the squeaky clean. You can just use soap and water or just a water. You just don't want to rub your stick and stamp mat. You want to gently wipe. You don't, if you rub, you can rub the sticky off. So you just want to gently wipe. And you can just use a lint-free towel. A lot of people just run them under water. So to clean them, some of them don't care about the color and they just run underwater when it gets really dirty colored wise. So let's see, how is this paper? I want the paper to, I'm looking at the arrows to match. So we want this to be 2.5 this way. Does that make sense, Cherie? And then 1.25. Make sure I'm, so 1.25 is right there. Let's try to make sure that is the right measurement before we cut more than one. Yes. And 1.25. All right. So we've got our pieces of patterned paper. Let's throw those off to the side. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down first before we kind of put everything together. Because we can decorate it later. Oops. I just almost wrecked my glue thing here. I have a love-hate relationship with my ATG gun, like most people. The Be Mine paper pad is back in stock, but yes, when if this is the Be Mine paper pad, okay, we're done using that tonight because it's being done. Well, the Be Mine paper pad is back in stock, but when it is sold out, it will not be restocked. So if you want it, I would head over to the shop and get it. Here it is. This is the patterns that come in it. And that is what I'm using tonight. I used this arrow. And then it coordinates with the holly, the rouge, and the flamingo cardstocks. It's a fun one. I'm actually got one in my cart, so hopefully it doesn't sell out before I place the next order. If it does, it does, but I think it's fun paper, especially for anniversary cards, wedding cards, Valentine's Day cards, missing you cards. It is so cute. Okay, excuse me 1 second. I'm just blowing some air into the tube of my glue bottle because this is my original glue bottle. I got my new one, but this one's not quite empty yet, so I'm trying to use it up. There we go. And the only reason that it does that is because I haven't put my pin back in it. You got in a huge fight. Melissa, I use both, and it's because I like an ATG gun for paper. And like mats, things like that. I don't mind it. I have to turn my heater off here, guys. I just always seems to not want to cooperate when I'm trying to go live. Good for my pieces of paper. All right, here's my other piece. Oops, helps when you take the glue stick and glue out. I tend to use a lot more liquid glue. Sometimes I forget about my ATG, but I do like it for quick, fast, especially when I'm putting things like on card bases and stuff like that. But off topic, can you show us how you show your tri-blends? I just got mine and I'm okay. I really have no ways, but yeah, I can show you. Just give me a second. Let me put this down. Not knowing each color on the tips. The tri-blend markers. My tri-blend markers right now are in this handy dandy little marker thing. This is Kathy Recrusen. The 30-day color challenge. She had these made. I think you can get these at Pear Blossom Press. And this is Christina Warner's handwriting, and it is Kathy's top 10 rules for coloring that she does. And it was a gift from my friend Joanne. And so they're all sitting in here like this. They're a little too tall for this one. These were made for other things, but that's what they sit in. So is this what you're talking about, Michelle? because they said they have the colors on the tip like this. And then I just check every time to see, do I have the light or the dark? Is that what you were talking about, Michelle? Or were you and then because I have a couple extras, I have them just in another plastic little bin with my Olo markers. I just have them in a bin like this. Eventually, these are going to have, I'm going to get the Olo marker stands, but I don't have all of them yet, so I figured I might as well just wait. Did that answer your question, Michelle? Otherwise, I probably would just have it in like little cups and things that I buy like at the dollar store, things like that, and just keep them because I like to have them handy right there. All right. So we've got our front and we've got our back. I think it might be fun to add a little bit of extra, and I'm not, instead of stamping and die cutting, we're going to do some heat embossing quick. We're going to grab, and we're going to do this like crazily, wildly. I'm going to use a stamp block, and I'm going to grab a couple of the little notes on here. The Totally Tiffany bag, that would work too. I have heard that. I just happen to have that one right now, and that's what I've been using. So I think when I got it as a gift, I was at a crop when she gave us those, and so I just put them in then. I'm not quite sure what color I want to use. I think we're going to do black. We are going to go ahead and do black. So I wanted to say with the Simon Hurley inks, sometimes they dry a little bit. So they take a little bit longer to dry. So you might have some wet ink. So you might want to heat it with a heat tool before you heat emboss on it. I'm just going to go for it. If we get a little speckles on them, then I'm going to go ahead and, oh, okay. Okay. Yep. I don't know that. Yeah. I'm not sure, Michelle. I'm just going to go for it. If we get some black speckles, we're going to go ahead and just throw on some. I'm going to go ahead and we're just stamping this off a little willy-nilly. And then we're going to use, I don't use this much. So I tend to use icicle. I got to work fast, guys. Hopefully this is going to work for me. I got the Raven ink. This isn't the Raven Sparkle. This is the Raven. Raven Sparkle would be perfect. But I'm going to use the Raven. I'm just going to kind of, I like the black ink with the black. I like to use the alabaster with the alabaster. And then, but I also will use icicle with black. All right, let's set those really quick. I don't know if my heat tool's plugged in. 1 second. This is the magic, right? I have seen other people use that. Seen some people say they use a 31 bag. I think it just depends on your setup in your room, and like if you travel, a lot of times I don't travel that much for props, but I like to have them so that I can just grab them and go. Just gonna quick sheet set this. I think that's good. I think we need one more though, you guys. I think we need some over here. Right? We don't have anything right there. Let's put a little bit more. Anyone see my heat tool? Where's my anti-static powder tool? Did you see where I put it? Oh, up here. All right. But we're going to rearrange these real quick. And actually, maybe we'll take this one off. All right. Okay, I didn't stamp that one perfectly, but it'll work. I hope everyone else is having an okay week. You know, I mean, it's winter, but we're in the January thaw here in Iowa. So that's happy. I mean, we're going to be above freezing, and the ice is melting, and the snow is melting. It's a sloppy mess everywhere. All right. That looks pretty good. I don't know if we want to put any of those notes on the front. I think we're going to leave the front alone. All righty. Let's put that embossing powder away before I get it everywhere. Now we got to put this together, and this is the tricky part. This is the part I got to remember. I'm going to just stamp those down on here, make sure they stay on my little thing. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to flip this. This is the front. I'm going to flip it over. It's been raining and raining in California and cold. Brr. I understand a wet cold. That is not a fun cold. Then we're going to take our little piece here. Now, this is where I'm just going to grab some super heavy duty tape. I would not use liquid glue for this necessarily because I don't know how well it sticks unless you're going to let it dry really, really, really a long time, especially because it's kind of an interactive card over and over. It was 50s in the Florida, and now it'll be back in the 80s. That is, I know my daughter lives in the northern part. So I know of Florida. So I know that they were in a freeze warning the other day. So this is where our wiper card is going to be. I'm going to have it. Okay, I want to make sure I do this right. Okay, so our wiper card is going to be on this side. We did this a little backwards. That's okay. And I'm going to take this little tip here and make sure it's kind of matched up to the top. I'm going to put it just a little bit lower. Here, let me put it in and I'll show you. Do you see where it's just a little bit lower? Okay. Yeah, weather whiplash. And then when we go to put it in, it's going to, did I do this the right way? I might have done this backwards. Yes, I did. Hold on. We might need this the other way. Okay, so we got to peel this tape off. Sorry about this, you guys. We got to fold it the other way. Because it's all going to depend on the which way I got to fold this one this way. Because I have this, I should have had it on the other side for that. We want the wiper to be, okay, hold on. See, this is why I had a second one done. When I have this in, I want to make sure. I think we might have to refold that piece because I got to think about this. I got to have this go this way. Okay, so I'm going to go do that over. It's going to depend on if you're on the right or the left. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it very carefully and guesstimate it, you guys. I need it to go the opposite way because I put it on the left. You're welcome. You're welcome. If I had been paying attention, I would have had it go this way. So when you have your card going this way, you need your mechanism to match. So it has to fold in with the right side. So I do apologize. I got the mechanism on the wrong side here. Now we put our stamps on them, we have to. This is why I should have made a second card. Okay. Did it? I need to make sure it moves with my card. What am I doing wrong, you guys? I apologize. Oh, what am I doing wrong here? I need it to go. See, things happen. Go for. Does it need to go this way? Okay, I'm just going to fold it and then we'll fix it and then I will explain. So this does happen when you're making cards. It just usually doesn't happen. You know, you try not to do it when it's live. Yeah, that should have been right. It's not folding right though, you guys. It's supposed to go up when I fold it. What did I do wrong? Okay, I apologize, you guys. We're going to change courses here just real quick. We're going to flip this over and it's going to go on this side. This is going to go on this side and we're going to restamp our notes. Okay. The notes are just going to be upside down. This is my sample. So it's not that big of a deal. I could flip it over on the other side. I think it's just fine the way it's going to be. So we're going to quick stamp those out again. for my measurements here, because if you look at my card base here, I wanted these on the side, and that's where my flap made. Does that make sense? I had it this way, so it wasn't flapping right. Which, if we did it this way, the flap would just come underneath. It would have to go underneath, and then, of course, my notes would be upside down. Danielle, I feel like I'm losing my mind tonight for some reason. So we're going to quick redo this, but it won't take long to put it together once we get it done. I'm going to take that music note off again so we can have a few. We're going to just put a few here, a few here, a few here. That's when you have the magic of television, when you are, you know, doing an editing video, right? You can edit those parts out. When I was making my cards for the duo, I started to try something and it did not work, and it was in, and I was like, okay, you're going to edit that out because there is no reason to have that in there. There's no point. So we're going to put that one there, and maybe we'll put one kind of on the notes here like that. Yeah, it's part of it, right? It happens. I don't have a Heather backup with me here to grab a backup, right? I mean, we could have started over with my backup piece, but then it wouldn't be decorated and have to do it differently. And I like this. Okay, now we'll heat set these really quick. I'm gonna blow a little bit because there was a little bit of extra right there. What you could do if you were making this and you did what I did and had it upside down is you could add some white paper or some colored paper, you know, pieces of scrap paper right there to hide that. You know, grab some paper like this and just put it at the bottom, and no one would be the wiser. But we're just going to make it our little secret. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our piece of paper. I'm going to go ahead and use a smaller one. Sometimes I like to keep the flaws. I agree. It's the exact reason why sometimes I don't. Danielle's on the inspiration team, and that's why sometimes I don't plan. Oh, I'm very dirty here. Before I do a live, because I like to see that. Yes. Hi, Whitney. How are you? Mistakes are an excuse to embellishment. Yes, they're happy accidents. Thank you. Yes, they are. This one's going to be hidden. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do 1 more inch here. And we're going to go down at a diagonal. It's going to make it, I'm going to make it work. And we're going to fold it over, and it will be, and I'll have to cut it down because this is way too long for our wiper. I am going to put that on. Now let's make sure we've got it right this time. Did I do it backwards again? I think I folded it backwards is what I did. Yes, I folded it backwards again. Oh my goodness, you guys. I had this all done right. Let's look at my sample here. Yes, this is right. Okay. Now it's too long is what it is, so we have to cut it off. There's always rooms for embellishment and creative things. It's hard to see it when it's put together until it's put together, because it has to move. So let's go ahead and put it down. You see how it's got to move. And when I did this, I had to watch very carefully, but this is the way my piece goes in. So, you know, that's happened before. It's funny because my mom is watching. And I say that if I make a mistake on a card that I don't know what to do with, I just send it to my mom. Or I send it to one of my friends who doesn't really care, and they're not going to notice. Okay, So down, I'm going to make sure we've got this the right way up. I'm going to go ahead and put this down on here. And we're going to pray for the best. All right, come on. Oh, it's still bending weird. It's still bending weird. Why is this bending weird? Maybe it's because I got to do it this way. Oh my gosh, you guys. What is going on? What is going on? I'm just going to take this piece off and we're going to put it on. Because this one works. I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it. We're going to steal it, guys. We're going to steal it. And we're going to put it on here. And figure out why. Why is it doing that? Okay. There we go. See? So here's my piece. I did the exact same thing, but for some reason, I think it's the angle that I was at. You're rediscovering perfectionism, not do well with my attempts. That's funny. They're not ugly attempts. They're just practice runs. Okay, look. So I got that 1.5 by 3, and then I scored it at the 1.5 mark, and now it's working perfectly. I just grabbed my other one. Hi, Sarah. Nobody, it is handmade. If you want perfection, you're looking for the wrong girl. All righty. Interactive cards can be difficult too. Those are the scary ones. So now I'm going to use this double-sided tape. We're going to just double-sided tape on this one, and we're going to do double-sided tape on this side. I think my friend Lydia is the one who says perfection is for serial killers. I can't remember what's her other. It's for perfectionists for serial killers or something like that. That's her saying it like that. It's overrated. So can't think of her saying right now, but that's what I think of. All right, so we've got our double-sided tape. The big key you want to make sure is that the zip things go on the other, the folds go on the opposite side. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold this, and I'm going to put this down right here. And then we're going to make sure that we set this. So here, I'll show you this side. So we've got it all lined up perfect. We're going to go ahead and line up this side perfectly too. And if you don't get it perfect, just cut the edge off. And then look, woohoo, woohoo. Yeah, Whitney, I took a class. That was hard. It was a hard thing. I still have a class with you, Whitney, with that Chibitronics. It's the only one I've ever made. They scare me. It was fun, but it scared me. It took me forever to get my battery to work with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can celebrate now. I got it to do it. Okay, so my idea is we're going to put our little... I did take that class. I did. That was the first time I met you guys. And when I met Christopher the first time. We're going to put our little shoe guy right on here. And he's going to go down below and then pop back up. Now, this is a couple layers thick. I don't know if you can see that. It's got at least 2, if not 3 layers, because aqua pigment paper is a little thinner. So I have 2 white die cuts behind it. And we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Now, if you didn't want all that white to show, and I am going to trim it down a little bit, you could put a circle or whatever it is from there. So what I think I'm going to do here is we're going to put a little mark. Let's see, we're going to lay this down because I want the shoe to just be seen. We're going to put a little mark here. And we're going to put a little mark here. And we're just going to trim it. Thank you. It is not my design. I have made a wiper card before, and I just took the basic instructions off Split Close Stampers, the tutorial, and changed the measurements to fit the card size I wanted instead of an A2 card. So when we go to put that on, you're not going to see that. Now I think we need to trim just a little bit more. I thought what's fun about this is that you're lifting me up. So let's see. I don't want a lot of that white to show. I want to make sure that doesn't show. Okay, so we're going to grab a little bit more of this double-sided tape. You can embellish this however you want. I think we're just going to put the sentiment on it, and we're going to call that good, because I don't, you could put some arrows. I don't have any cut out. We'll see if we have time to do that. I'm just going to add this extra double-sided tape here. I am going to throw a little bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just thought with the week that it was, that this stamp set was perfect. You lift me up. We need a little bit of love. It's on your way to you, Danielle. That's awesome. It's a fun stamp set. I had fun coloring them this weekend. I need a sentiment now that says nobody puts baby in the corner. All right, so here you go. Ready? Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, whoop. So we need to put our sentiment together, and I have that here. I do have two already die cut out and stacked together. I wanted you guys to see that if you haven't stacked die cuts before, this is just as great as foam tape. And you can use scraps. And I used to like to use nice thick that paper. Thank you, thank you. I was really excited about this. I know Christopher made kind of an interactive card last week too. So when I was thinking about what to do, I didn't want to do the salt and pepper shaker set yet, because we will have a bunch of inspiration next week with that stamp set from the team. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put that right here, because it's right underneath. I'm just going to hold it in place. And then we've got the You Lift Me Up. Now I have some extra little heart die cuts here. I think we're just going to add a few of those on, because obviously if somebody lifts you up, they give you lots of love, and obviously that's what you get. So we're going to throw in some of these. These are just made with some of the snowflake glitter stock. Got to add a little bit of glitter so I can include it. And don't forget, we got our Create Your Own Ending, or the CYOE challenge going on yet, still in the fan club group. All you need is a little sparkle and excuse me, and one Brutus Monroe product. So, it's glitter stock or embossing powder or shimmer or gems. We got a little couple hearts there. I think we're going to put in one of the hearts here, and I'll put one here. I got some red ones too, or some pink ones here too. So I think we'll add a couple of those. And that will finish off our card for tonight. I add that one there, and let's grab some pink ones. Thank you, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm gonna add the pink one here. We'll get this big pink one right here, and one there, and one there, and maybe we'll put one. I'm out of white hearts, so we're gonna put just one more pink one. I'm gonna leave the red one off, and then this one right there. There we go. I think that is all I'm going to add to it. Try to put my pin in here. Thanks, Barb. It is fun. Nice to see you, Barb. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. There we go, you guys. So we made a fun little card, wiper card, per se, using the You Lift Me Up stamp set and the tiles stencil and some Be Mine paper pad. Do you guys want to see my projects that I've made with the duo so far? We've got a couple of minutes left. I can grab them. Let me grab them. I haven't got them all up on social media yet. So here's some of the projects that I have made. This one is with the Geometric Fun stamp set, Be Mine paper pad, and the Heart Attack stencil as well. I'll use the mask. So this is a quick fun Valentine. This is from the My Valentine stamp set, and then some more of the hearts. This is also, you are loving the duels. I am too, Sarah. I'm excited. I will show you those next. They're coming up. This is also the Heart Attack, which is the stencil of the month. And then it comes with two pieces, the inside and the outside. And I just masked the outside of the heart. And then use the inside piece to do the outside. And then when I took it, I put the heart attack stencil, which I don't have handy, and I used the tile stencil on top. And then this is from the Lots of Love stamp set that came out of the vaults. I think. Okay, this one's a fun one. This was a leftover piece. This is the heart attack stencils, the background. I used both, of course, again. This has the pearl candy coat with the Valentine droplets that came in the kit. While it was wet, I threw them on top. And so that was kind of fun to kind of hold them instead of a shaker card. And then I used from the duo set, I used the bacon and eggs. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then I got my 6-pack. This is the cards that I made in the video that is up on YouTube. I've got We Go Together Like Peanut Butter and Jelly. And these are all of these. This one was with aqua pigments. These are all with alcohol markers. So all of these cards here were made with the kit, except for some extra pieces of paper like the alcohol blend paper. So the ribbon came in the box, the red paper came in the box, the card bases came in the box. And then this is my favorite one. The glitter stock came in the cut. This is one where I added just a little bit of fallen snow with the stencil that came in the box. It's very hard to see. And then the love paper. All of my images are stacked, 2 or 3 or 4. And then this paper came in the box. So we go together like peas and carrots. And then this is where I added 2 card bases from my stash. I made an infinity card or a flat shaker card with those are the droplets that were in the kit. This image was stamped on aqua pigment paper and colored with aqua pigments. And then here's where I added some rouge cardstock. And then this is just packaging from my stamp set. And then my last card that I made was the As Happy as Mac and Cheese. So thanks for joining me, you guys, tonight. I'm going to sign off. So you can go check out this video. It's up on the Brutus Monroe page or YouTube channel. And I also have a playlist linked for the projects that Christopher and I have done and posted using the release. Here's a couple of the other ones. And then tonight we made this fun wiper card using the You Lift Me Up stamp set. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. You have a great evening, great rest of your week, and I will catch you next week. And I believe it's going to be almost February. So I can't believe it'll be fun. We'll get the new stuff coming here soon. Good night, everyone. Don't forget to create your own ending. Have a good night. Bye.